This girl is terrified. She's just played this game then owned 20 million yen in a very short time. She does not know that her opponent is not normal. The main character, Yumko Jabamai, has just moved to this academy, and this hair-tied girl wants to play a game with her. The rule is, there are 30 cards drawn paper, rock and scissors in a box. Each girl will draw 3 of them to play, and each has 120 coins, every coin worth 10,000 yen. Yumko puts 2 coins right in front of her to start the first round, and the students nearby start voting before the game begins. Yumko pulls 2 rocks and 1 paper. She shows a rock and wins the other scissors. In the second round, she bets 50 coins but finally loses. She wins the third one with 2 coins, and once again, lose the next with 50 coins. All her 24 coins left run out after the last round ends. Yumko feels strange, but that girl suddenly snaps her fingers, and the time stops immediately. She says that 21 of 30 people here are her friends, and she takes advantage of these people to win the game because there are more rock cards than others. Yumko does not know that and loses very easily. She comes back to her seat, snaps again, and she is surprised that Yumko wants to use 10 millions to proceed the gamble. Yumko tells her that it is not the end, and the loser is always scared. Before the next game, Yumko opens a mirror to make up, and then the new game starts. The opponent has 2 rocks. She is so crazily excited that she releases her clone reflection, but she does not know that Yumko has found out her trick with her clone, and Yumko makes the clone disappear promptly. Yumko says that her opponents always use the rock card to win the games whenever she bets 50 coins, and intentionally loses in any games with 2 coins in deposit. It is clearly cheating and Yumko will give her a lesson in this game. Yumko uses paper card to win the rock from her rival. The girl is panic. Yumko wins 10 millions after a 1.2 million deduction. She finally wins 8.8 millions. Please pay, my mate, Yumko says. The cheating girl is too scared to face Yumko again. Yumko happily leaves the crowd, and she is followed by a male student who asks her about the reason why she could win the game. She explains that she noticed everyone looking behind her back when voting, where this male stood, so the guy was in their side. And she used the makeup mirror to figure out that he used signs to indicate her cards, and used this to win her back. He apologizes her and explains he owns that girl an amount so he has to do that. Yumko gives him money to pay his debt, and goes away. In order to be the best student in this institute, Yumko will have to win other opponents. There is another girl with her nail box opened. She has a hobby of collecting genuine human nails, but because she cannot buy the nails by money, so she uses a card game to do it. She makes her rival use their nails as mortgages, and this time, the opponent is Yumko. The rule is easy. There are 2 sets of poker with all the cards put on the table with all the faces down, and anyone can flip 2 identical cards in a row gets a point. That means there are 52 couples in 104 cards, and this is such a difficult memory game challenging your mind. The stake for the first round is 20 millions. The curly-haired girl opens a new set of poker, and shuffles the cards before putting the faces of the cards down on the table. Yumko plays first but she pulls a 4 of heart, and a 4 of diamond. It is the girl's turn. They are a 3 of diamonds and an ace of hearts. The male standing near the table finds this game extremely hard, because the probability is just 1 over 103 to get an identical couple, and it totally depends on an excellent brain. This is beyond a normal card game but an intelligence game, since we cannot remember all the characteristics and positions of the cards. He thinks he will never be able to play this game, but the girls seem competitive. The curly-haired girl has 9 points in a row. Her point is 54 and she wins the game. Yumko does not surrender. She wants to play another game, and the girl knows Yumko is getting in her trap. She takes out the nail box, and tells Yumko after opening it, that the next mortgages is her nails. Yumko agrees, making the girl excited. The reason why that girl wins is, all the cards are adjusted, that's a trick. Under a certain temperature, the patterns on the cards will change. The girl put the set in a hot box before starting the game, so it changed but slightly enough not to be discovered, and she has already known all the changed patterns. Back to the second game, the girl is so confident. Yumko pulls a 4 of heart, and her opponent seems happy. But Yumko pulls another 4 of heart. It is unexpected. Yumko keeps pulling. 4 of diamond couple, and 8 of spade. 6 of spade, queen of heart, 5 of spade, 3 of club, queen of club. One after one is pulled correctly by Yumko, until she gets her last couple, giving her point 54 and eventually wins the game. This girl is collapsed. Yumko thanks the girl for not changing the patterns again. Otherwise, Yumko cannot win the second game. It turns out that Yumiko has remembered all the changed patterns. In a short time, she took advantage of them to win. Yumko offers the girl to pull off her nails and play another game, but she is not sober enough to continue. At the end, Yumko takes her bag and leaves with a good mood. Who will be her next rival? There is another girl who is so panicked. What happened with her? An hour ago, this girl met Yumko. She offered a game called Life and Death Battle. The rule is, there are 10 swords in a box, and the referee will shake the box up. 30 holes are on the table, and the players have to put their money in any number they want. If the sword points up in this number, they get 30 coins, but if the sword points down, they have to give their opponent 30 coins. The girl explains Yumko that after shaking, about 2 or 3 swords will usually point down each round. She advises her to think wisely before playing. The game then begins. Yumko puts her coins in numbers 2, 4 and 10. She notices that the bottom of the box is bigger than the head, so it is easy for the swords to fall into the small numbers. When the box is opened that is a 17 of life and 30 of death, none of them is right, and it is a no-winner round. Yumko quickly finds out the trick, a coward trick. She starts to provoke her rival to make her extremely angry. Yumko uses the name of the girl to insult, plays with her name, and the numbers, to tell her that she is such an asshole, a way to play with words in Japanese. All the people are angry but the girl strangely calms. She is doing nothing but smiling. But Yumko knows that she will win the battle. In the next round, her opponent stops the time. She looks at Yumko with contempt. Then she comes back to the game. She is really surprised when Yumko puts all of her coins in the number 24. Yumko tells everyone to look at the hand of the referee. There are 2 nails on it. She also tells that there are magnets in at least one of the swords, so that the referee can easily control the swords. He could use her hand to keep the swords sticked on the box wall. Then she uses a side wall of the box to keep the words falling into any places she wants. Yumko provoked her rival because she wanted to make her angry. It caused her to let the referee cheat. In the next round, Yumko quickly discovered their eye contact. Therefore, she took all her money for the final round. If Yumko wins, her opponent will give her 280 millions. The cheating girl surrenders and shows her intention of making up with Yumko. But suddenly Momobani, the leader of student council, shows up to save that girl. She has someone under the floor using the equipment to move the swords to another number. When opening the box, they are a 10 of death and 7 of life. That means the girl wins 310 millions instead. Momobani gives Yumko the debt card. She is now a big debtor. What would she do to revenge the student council? Let's wait for the next episode. Bye.